principles of training. So there's something that you're supposed to remember on training. Since years ago, methods have been changing of training, but principles remain the same. The reason why methods change is because of improvement of equipment and also different issues that are related to that. So today, I would like to touch about 7 to 8 principles of training. They remain the same, the principles, until the end of time. You come and you die. The principles are going to remain the same. But it is the methods that changes. So, the first most principle is of individuality. Individuality comes from the same word individual. That every person is an individual. And the way they understand things is different. Hence, when you are dealing with people, you're supposed to first know that you are dealing with an individual. Don't expect them to be like you. You are yourself and there are others. Even players, first understand them from the individual point of view. That's why we have those wellness. The objective of the wellness is to understand them from the individuality point of view. Are we together? So after you understand an individual, you are supposed now to be specific. Remember, it's a team sport, but it have got positions, and each and every position have got what we call demand profiles. All together. Each and every position have got demand profiles. So you're supposed to be specific. Why are you taking this individual into the team? Because each and every individual should have a role to play. No matter how good a player is, you cannot take 30 good goalkeepers to play in one team. You need goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, strikers. That's where the specificities comes when you start signing on your quotas. You're supposed to be specific. They might be all good as individuals, but they are good for their positions. And there are limitations in terms of positions, in terms of signing. How many players can be signed from one position to another? So that's where the issue of specificity comes. Specificity will also come in terms of the training methods. We spoke about S&C in comparison to football fitness, technical activation. You can do S&C like what have been happening over the previous years and have a lot of fatigue to your players. But you can do specific training which is called technical activation. Even in pre-ab, you can do general pre-ab like what we did yesterday, or specific like what we did today, where there were balls included in that particular pre-ab. So pre-ab can be specific and general. We did general pre-ab yesterday. Today we did specific pre-ab. So the training methods, both from the pillars of fitness, can be done from the general point of view or from the specific point of view. Are we together? Then, with that specificity, it comes with phases. Know which phase are you operating in, which will be the next topic that we'll be talking about, periodization. So when you know the phase, you know that training follows the principle of progression. Look at the drill that we were doing during technical activation. We progressed, just passing, turning, checking. Until we get to combination passes, communication. From there, we progressed, we started moving into the rondos. After the rondos, we started moving into that other phase. We are going progressively. It is the progression that helps you. But the first thing that leads you to that is knowing the foundation, the individuality, how your players adapt where they are. Then you progressively move to try to improve them. During the process of progression, they start adapting. When I see the way you were passing today, you are now adapting. It's now faster. You can communicate, you can scan, you can do all those things. So if we repeatedly do this for the whole week, by the last day, it becomes more easier because you have adopted. You also look at the way your bodies would change. Like what I say, you have to ride with this wave to continue the fitness journey. I'll also ride with it. I promise when we meet the next programs, I'll be more fit. Not from just, even when you look at my body, you'll be seeing that I'll be more fit. Like what I say, I would advise how you can manage your nutrition. Bodies are different. Some, they've got slow metabolism. Some have got fast metabolism. So there are some people who say, me, I'm not gaining weight. I'm fine, I'm whatever. My friend, you can die with blood pressure while you're thin. So we'll teach you how to eat healthy. There are people who say, hey, me, I'm not gaining weight. I seem to be fit. There's a difference between fit and being healthy. You can be fit and you're not healthy. That's why footballers, they die in the field of play. They are fit to play, but they're not healthy. They die with the different conditions, which you have to do with what they eat and etc. So don't try to hide and say what he's talking about, I'm not involved. A lot of thin people, they've got blood pressure, they've got this, they've got diabetes and etc. So don't think that okay, you're not talking to an amateur, you're talking to a professional. I know all those things, but that's my specialty. So you are not exempted. Okay? Then we come now and we look at the principle of overload. Overload is a bit of a challenge you give to players. After we have done the technical activation, we went now into the rondos, where everyone is supposed to press for 1 minute. We are overloading. So there's a principle of overloading where you're supposed to give a challenge, which gives improvement. You don't remain at the same level. That's called the principle of overloading. You understand? And we will discuss about it when you look at the 3 variations: volume, intensity, and recovery. Okay? Then we come and look at recovery. Yesterday I said, let's go home early. But I told you one thing. Go and recover, rest. Recovery is one of the most important principles of training, which is forgotten. You just want to work, but you don't want to recover. Recover comes in many ways. It can come in forms of rest. It can come in terms of sleeping. It comes in terms of nutrition, what you eat. One of the biggest challenges that people have in recovery when it comes to nutrition, people are eating a lot of poisons. And they are eating when they're not supposed to be eating. If you ask, why do you have an order of saying, early before you come, you eat. You arrive here at 10, you eat. Lunchtime, you eat. During the process, you eat again. And in the evening, you eat 5 times per day. Why are you doing that? And you are fat. And fat is the energy that you can use. Why are you having all those meals? Huh? So the body can recover by you not eating. Because when you overeat, the body is always digesting. Some of you, your body doesn't rest. The body doesn't rest. You are always eating. Always eating. The body doesn't rest. It's a problem. It's a problem. How can a person have more than 3 meals a day? How? What are you trying to achieve? When is the body going to rest from digestion? Because that food you are eating is going to be digested. So your body is not getting time to recover. You are busy digesting. That's why after lunch, people, they come here, they start sleeping. Because the body will be working. The reason why after meals, people start sleeping is because the body will be working again. So trying to concentrate, you can't concentrate because the body is working. So the body says, let me, so that I give you time to. So you can also affect your recovery through eating when you're not supposed to eat. Reversibility. If you don't use it, you lose it. The only reason why we have a different Selemani now with the Selemani of 2 years, he stopped training only. Maybe because of injury or whatever. We call that reversibility. It's a principle of reversibility. I'm just giving it as an example so that people can understand. It's the principle of reversibility. The only reason 10 years ago I was an elite sprinter, but I no longer have that particular body. It's called reversibility. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't keep doing the same thing, you lose it. Are we together? It is called the principle of reversibility. And it's an error in Africa. Because when you go through preseason, we're supposed to go through maintenance. Off-season, sorry. Players should go through maintenance. But you see people, they go and gain weight during that. They will come back again, they want to start afresh. You're lying to yourself. Professional football is no longer like that. Professional football is now a business. You never see Ronaldo gaining weight. Ronaldo will always be lean. Whether it's off-season, it's what time. But what do African players do? They go to the village, they start eating everything. They come back, they can't even know, pre-season, first day, okay. First day we're supposed to jog. The reason why your players are jogging first day is because they've gone through too much reversibility. First day we start with the ball. Maintenance. If a doctor goes for holiday, that they forget how they deal with patients, they come back, they say, no, I still need to go and read my notes. Only in football. In sports where people say, you have to go back and start again. If you are to raise elite players, they should know that for the rest of their career, they should be in shape. It doesn't matter it's off-season, it's what time they should be in shape. Even you as a coach, for the rest of your career as a coach, you should look good. So that when people see you during off-season, or what time they should say, this is a coach.